And if you're looking ahead to booking vacations for 2024, we want you to think about a riverboat cruise. We've mentioned that a time or two here on Good Things lately. But finally, I got somebody who knows what they're talking about to join us to tell us a little bit more. Joining us is Laura Beth Strickland with Visit Vicksburg. Hey, Laura Beth.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you doing, Rebecca?
I am doing well, and I was sitting on my couch drinking coffee one Sunday morning when I saw a great national news outlet talking about doing riverboat cruises out of Vicksburg, Mississippi, as being one of the top trends, or I guess a riverboat cruise, and out of Vicksburg was one of the port locations in 2024. And I thought, well, hot dog, look at there. That's something good to celebrate and something to think about. So you've probably been thinking about riverboat cruises a lot. What have we been missing?
Oh, yes. Last year we had over 150 dockings, and they were even able to come when the water was low and able to dock in South Warren County or even dock in Natchez and tour up here and come and tour the Vicksburg National Military Park and our downtown. And we're very fortunate that we are one of the key stops from the Memphis to New Orleans river cruise, and Vicksburg and Natchez are always on the agenda, and so we do a great job showing them around. They come from all over the world, and we now have 3 different companies, and I think about seven riverboats. They're starting to get so many of them; it's hard to keep count. They keep adding boats to us, but it's so great, and just love seeing all these passengers come in and explore our town and really get excited about Mississippi.
Okay, so this may sound like a silly question, Laura Beth. I know what a cruise is. I've taken one in my lifetime. It was a good time. I'd do it again. Is a riverboat cruise like the same thing? Like, is it the same? I mean, I know it's not going to be the same style ship because it's a river. It's not the ocean. But do you have all your amenities on board? Are you spending the night? Is it basically the same concept?
Yes, it's basically the same concept as if you were going on a Caribbean cruise or, cruising on any other river across the whole world. I mean, Viking Cruise Lines, they have ships overseas, and they have a worldwide brand that everyone knows about. We were really excited to add them at the end of 2022. They started docking in along the Mississippi River and in Vicksburg, and we were just so excited to add them. And American Cruise Lines and American Queen Voyages are the other 2 companies that have been here. They came back in 2012 after taking a break since 2008, and it just keeps getting more popular, and they keep adding more boats. And people love it. They love cruising the Mississippi River and enjoying the culture and the food and everything along the Mississippi River. But yeah, you stay the night. Sometimes they have a 5-day cruise. Sometimes it's a 7-day. Sometimes they dock in Greenville and St. Francisville and Helena and Tunica. And there's they change up some of their stops along the way, but they always stop in Vicksburg and in Natchez. So our 2 sister cities always get those premier stops, and they love going and seeing the battlefield and doing their tours. And we have a great group of tour guides that keep them coming back for more. I don't know if you know, but a lot of our tour guides are licensed through the National Park Service and go through extensive training, so they just are very well versed in not just the Vicksburg National Military Park, but the history of the city as well. And people just really enjoy that step-on guide who gives them that just great history on everything, and they just love it. We even one year American Queen won a worldwide. They came in second place. The Vatican tour beat them in Rome, but
we'll give that to them.
But the Mississippi River Cruise, and specifically their Vicksburg National Military Park premier tour, won this international award behind the Vatican. So we were really proud of that.
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago, but it's always very popular, and they just keep coming, and they always are looking at ways to enhance their experiences and change it up a little bit. And we've got our partners that are willing to, show them different things. We've got the new kitchen downtown, the demo kitchen at Catfish Row Museum, and they've been in talks. They do great architecture walking tours. They do all kinds of great things to just experience our town.
Laura Beth, how often are you guys there in Vicksburg, Natchez getting boats stopping? You mentioned 150 last year, but I mean, there's 52 weeks in a year, I think. And so is that like one a week, or there's like several coming a weekend? How does that work?
There's several that come. I mean, I know we were planning an event that's going to be during spring break, a different event that's not going with the cruise boats. And I just looked at the calendar. I was like, okay, so our event is March 11th through the 16th, and it looks like we're going to have 3 boat dockings, and 2 of those different days have 2 boats docked at a time. So we're going to have 5 boats in while we're planning these. So we need to make sure we send them information. So, I mean, sometimes it's 5 in a week, sometimes it's 7 in a week. They are taking a break in January. They were docked earlier this week, January 3rd. We had Viking and one of American Cruise Line's boats, and they will no, we had American Queen and Viking in on Tuesday, but they're taking a break until mid-February. But then they come back, and it could be anything from 1 a week to like 5 or 6 in a week. So
again, because I find this fascinating. I feel like, why am I today years old, like learning all of this that's right here with, centrally located, only an hour drive for me. For those listening to Good Things, I mean, a short drive as well. Can you, like, if you book one of these cruises and go in a different direction, or can you hop on in Vicksburg? Because you mentioned New Orleans and Memphis, or is it something you go and get on?
You get on. Sometimes they start in Memphis. Sometimes they start in New Orleans. Sometimes it's one of those longer 2-week cruises that goes from St. Louis down to New Orleans. So you always get on and get off, usually in Memphis and New Orleans. We're not one of the where you disembark stops. We're one of the port stops. But you can always come and see them when they are docked. We keep that on our local portion of our calendar because a lot of people like to just go and see the boats when they're docked and see all the people. The visitors are from all over the world, and a lot of people just like to go and take their pictures in front of the boats, especially when we have more than one docked, and like to just see all the visitors that are around and about. But yes, they've got some great, you can go to American Cruise Lines, American Queen Voyages, or Viking Cruise Lines and they each have kind of their different spin on the Mississippi River experience, and you can book through them and enjoy a Mississippi River cruise. And when you get to Vicksburg, make sure you say you heard it on Good Things.
Oh, absolutely. But how wild would it be, Laura Beth, if you drove to, Memphis or New Orleans and caught a boat and then stopped back, in your home state, like in the 2 places, but got to see it from like a touristy perspective, right? Like not from, from being a resident, from being sort of a tourist. A lot of those I think of them as excursions because, again, I'm thinking of like a traditional
they call them excursions. Yeah.
I mean, can you book those? Like, can you just come and drive into Vicksburg and then maybe plan a day that way? Because I know a lot of that's already planned for you if you take those types of trips, or available for you to select.
They've got them all kind of selected through the cruise lines. There are some of these tours that are offered all the time here that you can just book on your own, whether it be, a multi-museum experience or the military park or some of these experiences on your own. And some of them are customized just for the boats because they've requested it. And they've done a really good job of that, and they each have their own spin on it. But they also, when you're out on the river, you get to experience, they have entertainment on the boat when they're cruising and, dining experiences and game nights and kind of the things you would get on any other cruise, that you think you might be on. The Mississippi River cruise is just like that too. So it's just a great experience. And I know a lot of Mississippians who have gone and done the Mississippi River cruise. So
I feel like we need to all add it to our bucket list. I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
I think it would be. I wonder if I'm just curious after being on it. Like, I wonder if it feels the same on the boat. I know that sounds stupid, but if you've ever been like on a deep sea cruise, it's like a completely different experience than just being on a boat. I wonder if it's like I don't know. Like, I need to scratch that itch, Laura Beth. I need to. I need to know what this is like because it just surprises me that this is really picking up in trend. But I think it's such a good thing. It sounds like so much fun.
Well, and a lot of people want to get out and experience, some of our American heritage, and they might have already done the Caribbean cruises or the European cruises, and they're like, well, I want to do some stuff, close to home and have that comfort. And so I think that's another reason why they've become really popular. People do want to get out and explore, what we have to offer.
And it's really cool just to hear that other people are coming to visit Mississippi there at Natchez and then Vicksburg. Hey, can you stick with us and let us know what else is going on in Vicksburg?
Yes, we'd be glad to.
All right, we got more with Laura Beth coming up next. On there. Welcome back to Good Things. We are streaming live over at SuperTalk.fm. He's also streaming from the SuperTalk Mississippi app. You can always find us, too, on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. We're continuing our conversation with Laura Beth Strickland. She's with Visit Vicksburg, and we're giving you ideas to go ahead and put on your do list for 2024 if you want to get out and maybe do a little vacation or staycation. Vicksburg is a place that you can do that. Laura Beth, I just always think here on Good Things how much we forget what all we have around us, which is in a close driving distance. And Vicksburg is one of those places, too. You can definitely have a girls' weekend or family getaway, or shoot, if you just want, you and the hubs to get away, it's a perfect place to do that.
Yes, yeah, we get a lot of people that are just coming in, even from the Jackson area, just want a quick trip away, and we have a lot of things to offer over here. One thing that we're gearing up for right now is a tablescape. It's kind of like a conference, but they're calling it it's like a bash. It's more like a party than a conference, and it's called Beautiful Table Settings. And there's this huge Facebook group that has people from all over the country that are in it, and they've decided to have like an in-person meetup party in Vicksburg, and it's going to be January 18th through the 20th, and they've already had over 375 people register from this event from all over the country that are going to come and learn, how to decorate your table and how, all these different things that you can do with tablescapes.
Nothing gets more southern than that.
I know. Can you get any more southern in Mississippi than having beautiful table settings?
I bet there are great dollies and lace and crystal and candles and sort of all the things. There's going to be all the things.
Yes, yeah, they're still accepting registrations if you want to be a member of that Facebook group, Beautiful Table Settings. They've been pushing it all out there, and it's been great. Harley Caldwell, who owns Duff Green Mansion, and Jennifer Coulter, who is just a great Vicksburg volunteer, have been putting this together with a lot of help from some other people, and just really working with May Eason, who runs the Facebook page, on getting her here for an in-person party. We're so excited. It's just such a unique event, and like you said, who can get more southern than sharing table setting, and they're going to have all these vendors from all over. It's just going to be awesome. So
I hope y'all are going to have tea and pedophores, and you got to have all of the little candy, all the things that you would find at a baby shower.
Yes, absolutely.
Or a wedding
Great way to get ready for a baby or a wedding shower. Get some good ideas. Or holidays.
Little cucumber sandwiches and have your pimento cheese. Now I'm just, you go right along with a hat party. I just feel like I'm sure there'll be a variety of things. So my mind just went straight to still magnolias, all the things this is going to be great. No, but I think it's cool. It also shows the variety of events that our towns can host. And you guys have that wonderful. Is this going to be in the conference center where you have Miss Mississippi?
They're actually going to have it. It's going to be a little bit down from there in the Levee Street Warehouse, which is a beautiful wedding venue and event venue on Levee Street. It's only a block away from the convention center, and it's going to be great. I mean, we're really excited. They're going to have some other fun events to go along with it, and just have them all in downtown and just have a great time. I'm excited to have all these people come and share all their tricks and learn and enjoy our town. And we said Girls Weekend. I immediately thought about this event that's coming up that we're getting for.
So even if you don't have a table, if you're not can you still be come and just cruise and look, or do you have to be?
Yeah, you can come and just shop and listen to the seminars. They have a couple of speakers on. One's going to show you how you can decorate with balloons. One's going to talk about how you can use paper products, to enhance your dinner table. I mean, just all kinds of just different things, tricks, and then what's trending in China, all kinds of fun things like that. So
we got a text, Laura Beth, from Aaron and Meridian, who says they love coming to Vicksburg to do the Civil War drive-through. If we haven't heard of that, is there a do-it-yourself drive-through to see, or is that something else?
When you go to the Vicksburg National Military Park, you can tour the park in several different ways. You can get a step-on guide. You can do it through the cell phone app, or you can, just go and get the brochure and go through it that way. There's all kinds of ways that you can experience the park, and I assume she's meaning the Civil War Park and the driving tour, because it is a 16-mile loop, and It is great. And I highly encourage, if you're not going to do the step-on guide, to try their cell phone app. It's really excellent as well. I mean, there's nothing better than having a guided tour, but the cell phone app is really good too. So they've got a couple of different ways that you can either do it on your own, or you can, get that docent to take you through and give you all those backstories.
It may be more like spring or summer, Laura Beth, but I know Vicksburg also has some great fitness events, from 5Ks, half marathons. I don't know if y'all have a marathon, but then also utilizing the bridge there for cycling events and other things. Folks want to go ahead and sort of put those things on their horizon to do.
Yeah, we actually have a new race that's coming that our junior auxiliary is hosting. It's called Laces for Love. It's going to be on the morning of all of our Mardi Gras festivities on February 10th. So they're having a 5K and 5K walk-in run and a 10K run on that morning, February 10th. It's called Laces for Love, to raise money for the children of Warren County. And then later that day is our Mardi Gras parade at 4 o'clock, and then our Carnival Day Mardi Gras and Gumbo cook-off at the Southern Cultural Heritage Center. So it's going to be a day chock full of things, and then it'll kick off all of our races for the year. So we've got Laces for Love in February. Chillin' in the Hills is going to be in May. We've got our night run, Star Spangled Night Run is going to be in June. And then in the fall, we have Bricks and Spokes bike ride you have the bicycle ride over the bridge, and then over the river run, of course, running over the Mississippi River Bridge is just amazing. If you've never done that, that's definitely a bucket list item to run, from Vicksburg into Louisiana and back. It's all flat, which is very hard to find in our town, is a flat run.
that ain't no lie, because most people come for the challenge of the hills.
Oh, and I can't forget the very first Saturday in March is the Run Through History, our oldest run, and hardest run.
I was going to say, I have done that one a time or two, Laura Beth, and it is no joke. You end up there is no shame in walking up the hill if you absolutely have to, because
I would definitely. It's one that if you're training for a marathon, it's a great one to do. It's a good 10K to do, because those hills they feel like mountains. But,
and if you just want to come to eat and hang out, you can do that too. No physical activity is necessary to enjoy Vicksburg. With all of your historic homes and places, are there great beds and unique beds and breakfasts or places to stay for the night that's maybe not your standard cut of the meal hotel?
Yes. We have 12 bed and breakfasts in town. I know many people have heard that Cedar Grove is back open under new ownership. It opened last year, and so they've been doing some great new things. They've got the Chandelier Lounge for great places for cocktails. Oak Hall is a new bed and breakfast that opened a little over a year ago, and it's real neat. And then Anchuca's under new ownership, and then some of our just favorite bed and breakfasts. We've got Bazinski House, Bear House, the Corners Mansion, Duff Green Mansion, and I mean, just so many that you can have options to stay at. Just a lot of great places to stay. And then one of our newest hotels is a hybrid concept. It's hotels and apartments, kind of like a dual kind of business there, and it's the Mulberry Vicksburg. It's right in the middle of downtown, and they have Jackson Street Art Gallery has a gallery there, and a little bistro, and it's a really cool place to stay too, and it's right in the middle of downtown. So that's another really cool kind of lodging amenity that you might want to try to check out. I don't also want to forget that we are having a big celebration. It's going to end up falling on our spring break, the week of March 11th. I mentioned earlier we were talking about this event. I didn't tell y'all what it was, but it's going to be the 130th anniversary of the bottling of Coca-Cola. If you didn't know, Coke was first bottled here in Vicksburg. You can thank us for the bottled Coke. And we're going to be doing all kinds of celebrations between March 11th and 16th. There's going to be some, giveaways and some fun classic-themed events like a sock hop and a movie night and some other things that we'll be announcing. So definitely mark your calendars for that, March 11th through the 16th.
That's pretty cool. So many good things going on in Vicksburg, Laura Beth. If people want to stay up to date with everything, because everybody was writing it down so studiously, I'm sure. But if they heard something and wanted to go back and find more information, where's a good list of all of that?
You can go to visitvicksburg.com/events, and if you need anything else, you can call our office at 601-636-9421, and we'll be happy to tell you what's going on and what there is to do. And we really would love to have y'all come and check us out, especially if you haven't been in a while.
Absolutely. Well, Laura Beth, thank you so much. Happy New Year, and you got a busy one coming up, but I appreciate your time.
All right, Happy New Year.
All righty, you guys stick with this. We got some more good for you coming up.